So, okay, so your photography, do you have a particular style or intention with what you like shooting and collecting in a way?
Okay, that depends a lot of what I'm working with. For example, sometimes, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. I do a lot of like pregnancy shoots.
Really?
Yeah, I do a lot of like pregnancy photo shoots. And something that I try to capture right there, it's not just a mom and the baby, right? No, but it's also showing that emotion, like emotional ability uh, to capture the essence of someone who's about to have a baby. I don't know, that's weird. I phrased that like really weirdly. But also the vulnerability of people, that's something
Okay.
that I capture in photos.
Do you like taking photos more of people or of like scenes and things?
I think I like both.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because it is a very different subject. With the buildings, you can play a little bit more with perspective. Of course, with human beings as well, you can play with the perspective, how you try to photograph a person and why are you trying that? Um, but I think with people, it's always the emotional appeal and what they're able to transmit in a photo.
So as the photographer, what is something how can how can you best bring that out in people when you're taking photos of them to
Okay,
like to get that nuance to come out?
that is a good question. Well, something that I always tell my subjects, it's okay. The camera, I don't know why, but people feel like very intimidated by a camera, which is intimidating sometimes. Um, so I always tell them to relax. And something that I usually do is like close your eyes and think of a happy place or something. I don't know. It depends, right? Um, and then I get closer to them and then I tell them, open your eyes, maintain, like keep that thought in mind, but don't look at me. Don't look at the camera. Because a lot of people tend to like when they take a photo, it's like looking at the camera. And I don't like people to look at the camera. I like people to actually get distracted by something else or like keeping their eyes, their sight somewhere else. So I can focus on their on the yeah, just like on the shot. So something that I do, it's like if I'm telling you like, okay, like keep that happy like thought in mind, but don't look at me, I would actually make my subject to look away. But of course they maintain that happy thought, they're smiling. So I get closer with the camera and I actually shot that moment. And that
Okay.
actually um transmit a lot of probably joy or enjoyment. And also um I think it just works for the person to also feel a little bit more relaxed, knowing that I'm telling them, don't look at me, stay in a happy place. So yeah, that's kind of like that's an exercise that I do.
Do you think do you like your subjects looking at the camera or like looking off in the distance more or looking somewhere else?
Looking somewhere else. I think it works best. I mean, of course, sometimes I'm like, okay, look at the camera, smile, but it feels a lot more forced. If I tell them like look away, um, even that same distraction is probably gonna change their expression, like the facial expression. So I can capture something else. Maybe they're not really happy, but they're a little bit more like in a serious mood, or I don't know, something else is going on. That if I tell them look away, that is gonna come through the shot.
So I suppose with everything, it feels like the intention of what the subject wants to communicate dictates the pose and where to look and all of that.